Hey friends, welcome back to She's in Her Element. I want to thank you all for stopping by my house again today as we continue the Canuary Chronicles. I'm so excited for this. But before I begin with that, I really do want to take just a moment and speak to each and every one of you. I want to humbly and gratefully thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love I got from my Canuary 2022 kickoff video. I'm overwhelmed. I was not expecting that at all. I think you are all phenomenal people. I am so happy that you are going to take this journey with me, and I'm excited that we're all going to do it together. But truly, thank you. I was not expecting that. Every time I look on YouTube, I'm going up with subscribers and there's more and more comments, and it just feels amazing. Thank you wholeheartedly. Now, the Canuary 2022 Chronicles continue. Drum roll, please. Bourbon chicken. That's right. So I was looking online, on YouTube actually, which is where I find a lot of my ideas and inspirations from other phenomenal people who know way more about this than I do. And one of them was, I gotta give props, so I'm gonna get this right, the Thrifty Chic Housewife. She had one about canning bourbon chicken. And it just intrigued me so much that that's the video I chose to watch. It just sounded delicious. And I have to say, it's what I want to try next. I probably will do some plain chicken coming up soon, but there was just something about this that I really gravitated to. And I think it sounds so delicious. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to do that. So I have to give props where props to do. This is not my recipe. Again, it's the Thrifty Chic Housewife. She is on YouTube. It's an amazing recipe that she has and super easy. I had everything that we needed to do this, including the chicken thighs. And a lot of people like to use the breast because you can just cut it and it's so easy, and dice it and you're done. But one thing she was saying is the chicken breasts tend to dry out when you're canning them. Now, she's done a lot more canning than I have, so I'm gonna take her word on it. And she did mention that thighs are way more flavorful, which we all know the dark meat does hold more flavor. And I personally love flavorful chicken. I like the dark meat. I love a good breast with the white meat, but I really, really love the flavor of the dark meat. So I do buy boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And I had some, which worked out great watching her recipe. So simple, so easy. I had all of the ingredients. You literally use chicken stock, apple juice, soy sauce, ketchup, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, onion powder, garlic powder, ginger powder, red pepper flakes, salt and pepper. If you have a well-stocked pantry, you probably have all of those things, which I happen to have. So I was like, yay, I'm gonna do the bourbon chicken, and I'm so excited. And I showed it to my husband, and I'm like, what do you think about this one? And he was like, yes, oh, that sounds delicious, which I totally have to agree. Even I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so, so, so good. So the recipe that she showed, I'm actually gonna double. She got 4 pints out of it. You could do it in quarts. I'm gonna do it in pints. And I wanna get 8 because, shh, don't tell my daughters I'm canning this. My potatoes are gone. I did them 2 days ago. I have 1 jar. 1. They all watched this video and came and raided my house. I have none left, which is fine with me, but now I gotta get more potatoes and can some more for myself. And I'm gonna hide these ones. I promise you that. The bourbon chicken as well, if they find out about this, I'm not gonna have any of that either. love my girls, but I'm telling you, I'm not sharing this chicken. It just sounds too good, and I'm dying to make it. It's very simple, very easy. Again, I just thought this was something better than just taking regular chicken, which I had chicken breasts. I could have just lopped them up into some nice good chunks and canned those with or without seasonings, hot or cold. But to see her make this bourbon chicken, I was almost drooling. It was just, oh, I could smell it through my screen. I was like, oh my gosh, I just, bourbon chicken. And like she pointed out, bourbon chicken is usually made with bourbon. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Not a big alcohol consumer. I do like a few little drinks here or there, but I'm not going to go out and buy a bottle of bourbon just to make this. So I'm going to use the chicken stock that I have, but you could use the bourbon if you had it. And you would just basically substitute out the chicken stock, which is 3/4 to a 1/2 cup bourbon and 1/4 cup of the chicken stock instead. But again, I'm not going to go buy bourbon to make this. I don't have bourbon in my house. So yeah, I'm going to stick with how she did it. But like I said, I'm going to double it. She got 4 pints. I would like to get 8 to put up. So without further ado, let's get this ball rolling. You just see what I did there? I know, I'm kind of corny. All right, to the kitchen. Okay, so first thing is you're definitely going to want to remove any of the extra fat. Yeah, so you're going to want to remove the fat, and I'm going to actually grab a little bowl because chicken thighs are real fatty. And yes, I am also taking some meat with it, but that's going to be okay because I'm going to give this to my dog. My dog is 13. He's a little old man. So this will be perfect for him. It's not going to go to waste. I don't mind sharing. He's my baby. And that's just how it's going to be. But like you can see when you take a chicken thigh, there really is a lot of fat on there. And it can be kind of hard to get off, especially since this whole back is a thin sheen of fat, which is okay. It's these chunks that I want gone. So just come in here with my cleaver. And I remove, almost touch my hair, the fat. So yeah, I'm going to continue to cut up my chicken. I mean, that's the worst part about chicken thighs is there really is a lot of fatty parts to these. But again, you just can't beat the flavor of dark meat. I love dark meat. I just like the flavor. I like good chicken breasts too, but I really do enjoy the flavor that dark meat has. And I find that it's actually tender, more tender, and a bit more juicier even. This dog's gonna have quite a bit of chicken. And even juicier. So, yeah. I just forgot what I was saying to say. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired. I'm just gonna continue to cut this up. When I have it done, I will bring you guys back and we'll move on to step 2. Now, step 2 is going to be, I'm going to brown my chicken because I absolutely agree that it just looks better when you brown it. And I am a true believer that you eat with your eyes before you put it in your mouth. So if it doesn't look good and appetizing, you're not going to want to eat it. So I'm just going to brown it just like she did. I am doing everything that she did except for hair in my face. I'm doubling it. So I'm hoping to get 8 pints. I'm not thinking I'm gonna with all the chicken I'm wasting. I might just get the 4. We'll have to wait and see. I will play it by ear. And I do have more chicken. I just don't know if I really want to be bothered with cutting it all up right now, because this is a lot. It's a lot of work, but it will be so good and so worth it. So let me just finish up what I'm doing and be right back. All right, well, I just heated up my Dutch oven, and I ended up cooking up the chicken for the dog because he could smell something's going on, and I wanted to feed my old guy. So that's why you see stuff in the pan. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my chicken, and I'm just going to do it in batches. And I just want to brown my chicken. So I do have the temp up a little bit high. I just want to get a little golden color on my chicken. I'm going to remove it from the pan. I'm going to get all the different batches in, get it all done, and I will bring you back when we do the seasonings and the spices, getting them together. So let me just take care of all this, and I'll be right back. Okay, chicken is done. And I have gone ahead and mixed up all my ingredients. And while I dump this in the pan, I am actually going to give you a minute to go and get a pen and paper. And I'm going to give you the recipe. So easy. Go grab your pen and paper. Okay, I'm going to read it to make sure I get it all right. You will need 3/4 cup of chicken stock, or a 1/2 cup of bourbon and 1/4 cup of chicken stock, 1/2 cup of apple juice, 2/3 cup of low sodium soy sauce, 1/2 cup of ketchup, 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 3/4 teaspoon of ginger powder, a 1/2 teaspoon red pepper flakes, and salt and pepper. Easy peasy. Okay, did you get all that down? If not, don't worry. You want to see the Thrifty Chic Housewife. But you should be able to get down from what I said. And my recipe is exactly what she made. I didn't alter it at all. And in fact, I did not do a double batch because I'm not sure if I have enough chicken cut up for 8 pints. And I really didn't feel like playing with another big package of thighs. If anything, I might try this again with the chicken breast just to see. I do love the dark meat. But that was a real pain, getting all the fat off of there. Granted, my dog Angus is quite happy. He's over there devouring some of it now, and he'll have the rest tomorrow. But I have all of the ingredients right in the exact same Dutch oven that I used for the chicken. And this will be good. Once it starts to simmer, you'll be able to scrape off any little bits that are on the bottom. And those are always flavor. So you always want to get those bits out of your pan. That is where a lot of your flavor will come from. So we're going to let this come up to a simmer. Once it does come up to a simmer, I'm going to add my chicken back into it. And we're going to simmer that for 5 minutes. While all this is happening, I am going to run and get my Presto canner and get the water in that. I can fit it on my stove to actually heat up the water, but I can't with a lid on it. And if the lid was on it, it would be like way up here blowing steam into my vent and into my light. And this is just the worst. Like, you can't even look into a pot. I hate my kitchen. I cannot wait to do the remodel. So until then, I have to can outside. I am Portuguese, and I do have another full kitchen downstairs. Show me a Portuguese that doesn't have 2 kitchens in their house. But I don't want to go downstairs and can. I really don't. I like to be up where everybody is. That's too far away from everything. And quite frankly, I am too old to be going up and down, up and down, up and down. Nana tired. So, we're going to let this come to a simmer like I said. Add the chicken into it. Simmer it for 5 minutes. And then we'll get them in our jars. I'll be back. Okay, so I just want to show you. It's simmering. And oh my goodness, that smells delicious. And I'm going to bring you in. Can you smell it? Can you smell it? You know you want to smell it. Oh, honestly, this smells amazing. Oh, I am so glad I chose this one. So it's simmering. I'm going to add the meat. 5 minutes. We're going to can it up. It's been simmering for the 5 minutes. Let me move it down so you can see it. The smell in my house is amazing. Now, I need to taste this. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is delicious. My daughters are not getting this. Wow. Can I just eat it now? Never mind the cannon, we'll just eat it now. Oh, so good. Let's get this in the jars. Let's get this going. Oh my gosh. Okay, it is done. And it is so good. I actually want my husband's opinion on this, because I think he's really going to enjoy it. So, don't mind the fact that he needs a haircut. He's getting it tomorrow. Come try this, babe. This is my husband, Scott.
Hello. That's really good.
Is that good? Is there enough kick in there for you? I added the red pepper flakes.
Remember, I still can't taste very well.
That's right. His taste is still a little off from the COVID, which he's fine from now, but it still is off. But you think it tastes good?
It tastes really good. I'll take a little more kick.
You want a little more kick?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to kick it up a notch. Who used to say that? Who did the BAM? Kick it up.
Oh, I don't know. One of them.
Emerald.
Emerald, yeah.
Emerald Lagasse. It's funny because he's from Fall River, which is near us. I think that is enough of a kick because these are red chili flakes. These aren't red pepper.
You don't want me doing it.
He wants more. That's his way of saying more. Now I'm not going to be able to eat it. So.
I'd put half of that on there, but that's okay. Everybody else is going to eat it. I'll have to eat it myself if it's too spicy.
He keeps on his desk at school, because he's a school teacher as well, a jar of hot sauce that him and his colleague I think, what do you go through, a jar a week?
Oh, yeah. Frank's is too mild now, so we got, Carolina Reaper.
Well, I bought him this assorted pack for Christmas, which they come with like 10 of them or something.
Yeah, scorpion.
Like ghost pepper, scorpion, and so far he's eaten them all.
Yeah, we just got another one too. Now I'll get another one of all the same stuff.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's fun.
We'll be into them next.
Okay. Well, I know this passes the taste test with him, so let's get this in the cans. Jars. Let's get this in the jars. Sounds better. Get my jars out of the oven, my lids, my rim, chicken. I have my vinegar and my paper towel. And this you really don't want to forget to do the vinegar on, because this does have fat and this can interfere with the seal of your cans, your jars. So, I'm going to use my amazing Instapot ladle and, ooh, that's hot. Let's get this going. We're going to fill this to about that 1-inch headspace that we talked about. And I need to actually take this out so that I can see Here's one. Ow, ow, ow. Don't do as I do as I say. There's amazing juice in there. I might only get 3 out of this. I might have to add a jar of water to my canner. Because the USDA says that you have to have at least 4 pint jars to pressure can. I am only getting 3. So, yeah. Like this. That. I might just have a teeny too much, so let's take a little bit of that out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna end up having to, definitely gonna have to cut up the rest of the chicken and do another batch of this. I'll probably do that tomorrow while Rosie is taking her morning nap, because this just 3 is not enough. And I am going to add a jar of water to that to make sure that there is enough going on in my pressure canner. Again, you have to have at least 4 pint jars, according to the USDA, for your canning to be safe. And I definitely want to follow the guidelines and make sure everything's safe. So I'll just do up 1 of water. Nothing I can do. But I am making more of this. That's not even a question. This is really so good, and I am really super excited that I found her video, that it really jumped out to me, and that I decided to try this because it is really, really, really amazing. And I'm just going to finger tight the lids, and to make sure that I am safely canning, I'm literally going to put some hot water in my jar, and I'm just going to throw a lid on it. I'm not actually worried about putting vinegar on this one. It doesn't have to seal, it's coming right off. A little bummed that I'm wasting a lid, but I do have a pretty good stockpile of them, so that's all good. I'm actually thinking that because I gave the dog so much of the chicken that I took off, that's what my demise was on this, for not getting the 4, because she got 4. When the Thrifty Chic Housewife did this, she got 4 jars out of it, no problem. And I literally only got 3, and again, that's because I gave the dog way too much. So, I'm going to get this in the canner and get it outside. I'll meet you on the deck. Before that, don't forget, we're going to take our vinegar. We're going to drop it right in our water. So, we can get this in, and I'll meet you on the deck. Alright, my 4 jars are in there. Wish I had done more, but I'll do it later. And I have it on the burner. I'm not going to make you hang around for all of this. You know that we want to bring this up to pressure, and we want to see a very steady stream coming out of that. We're going to let it vent for 10 minutes. These are smoke signals. That's not what we're looking for. We're literally looking for the of steam, which will come. Once that happens, I'll set a timer for 10 minutes. When the 10 minutes is up, I will put my weight on. Again, my PSI is 11. I'm in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. My elevation is 145 feet above sea level. So we will not start the time until we reach deep pressure. Again, that's 11. And this is going to process for 75 minutes. Pints are 75 minutes. Quarts are 90 minutes, I believe. These are pints. So we're going to do them at 75 minutes. And when it's all said and done, I will bring you guys back then. So I'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to give you a candid moment here because I'm honestly debating sticking my face in this Dutch oven and licking this bowl clean like my dog would. That is how good this is. And there's just a teeny little bit of juice in there. And I will have that. I'm not sharing any more with my hubby. That little bit's mine. This flavor, oh my gosh, I was not expecting it to be this good. So, super excited that this is what I chose. Alright, I'm going to clean up my little mess in here, and I'll see you guys when it's done. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, this is what the steady stream you're looking for looks like. That for 10 minutes. My timer did just go off. I'll put my weight. I'm going to try something different this time. I'm turning it down now because I know it's going to build pressure. I mean, Jesus nipples is already up. So, I'll just watch it. Hopefully I can regulate it. I don't know. One of you amazing people had suggested in the first video that maybe the flow can be altered or something, because I really won't be successful trying to regulate the burner on my outdoor grill. We own a propane filling station, so my husband is familiar with propane, and I am going to ask him if there's, I don't know, just anything that could be done to help. But I also am going to look into like an alternate burner. I don't know if I could do this or not, but maybe like one of those burners you put on your counter, plug it in. It's not like I would be using it all the time. It would be just for canning. What I really need to do is just remodel my kitchen, for real. That is the worst configured. I don't know whose bright idea that was, but oh my gosh, I would never have chosen that hood. It wouldn't have a hood. I wouldn't have put one on there if that was how tight it was going to be. You saw, like, I can't even look into a pot of soup without smacking my little head. So, I'm looking forward to that. But, again, remember, this takes a few minutes to happen. It's not instant. It'll get up to the pressure. Once it does, I will start my 75-minute countdown. 75 minutes pints, 90-minute quarts. I'm doing pints. And we'll just go from there. So, it's not as cold today. I can still see my breath, but we are expecting a snowstorm tonight. So I need to have this done. I'm just really wishing I had done all the chicken and had way more right now. Like, kicking myself. But I'll do it. I will do it. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. I'm going to go lick the bowl. Bye. So, it's actually still cooking. I think I still have about 40 minutes left. And I'm in the house just trying to pick up after the grandbabies. They've been here.
And still have to take that down. Ugh. Does anybody else still have their tree up, or am I literally the last person on the planet? Ugh. Ugh. Please tell me somebody else has their Christmas tree up still. I promise it'll be down this weekend. And Santa will be in wherever he belongs. I got him at Walmart like a gajillion years ago, and that is his box right there, that old tattered, battered thing. And Santa's head comes off, and you're supposed to like set it at his feet, and then you push down on his shoulders, and he kind of locks, and he becomes like 3 feet tall. But he's so old that if you try to do that, he springs up like Muhammad Ali, and it'll get you right in the bottom of the chin. I saw stars, honest to God, setting him up. I was like, oh, I wanted to throw it. It hurt so bad. So now I have to find a place to put Santa, because he's not going to go back into that box. I don't know where to put Santa. But I promise my tree's coming down this weekend. Okay. Timer went off. I am setting my burner off, and you can see it's dark out now. I'm going to let this naturally decompress. Again, I want the nipple in the front to fall down. I do not want that hula dancing whatsoever. In fact, I don't even want to see steam coming out. And more importantly, I want my dial to 0. Once it's cooled down, I'm going to also wait another 10 minutes before opening it, away from our faces. And I ended up having to kind of pull the pot off more of the burner, which that actually did help, because it hit 15, and I was like, ugh, and I pulled it forward, and it went down. This one, but it went down and didn't go up. So, got me thinking. I will figure this out, even if I have to use my husband to figure it out. But, alright. Let this naturally depressurize. Wait an additional 10 minutes, and then we're going to open it. I will see you very soon. Hey friends, the can is finished. It depressurized. I waited the additional 10 minutes, opened it away from my face, and I definitely am making more of this weekend. So, here we go. Look at that. Still bubbling hot. You can slightly smell it. Not a whole lot. There's no seepage from these jars. What you can smell smells delicious. 2 of the jars have already popped. 1 has not yet. I cannot wait to eat this, for real. I am super excited about this. I am so glad I picked this. I am absolutely going to do more of it this weekend, but I'm going to do it with the chicken breasts, because that was just a lot of work for the thighs. Not that it won't be good, it's just a lot of work. There goes the other one. Now all 3 of them have sealed. One thing I didn't mention in my last video is I will leave these rings on the jar overnight. I will remove my rings in the morning and check my seal. Now, you check your seal by actually picking the jar up. Well, let me show you. Hold on. Okay, so I did not run downstairs to get something that's already canned and cooled. I'm going to kind of show you with the empty jar. So you keep your ring on until the next day or 24 hours or whatever. I will take mine off tomorrow morning. And once you have them off, you're left with your jar and your lid. And if I do it with this, it's not going to work because it's not attached, but you're just kind of going to grab the lid, not the jar, just, oh, there goes the water, just the lid, and you want to pick it up from that. And a sealed one will not move. It will stay on there. It will adhere to it. You can pick it up. It does not come off. That is how you can tell if your seal is good. You don't want to leave the rings on there. If you do leave the rings on there when you're storing them, let's say your seal goes bad and it breaks. You're not going to know it because the collar, the ring, is going to hold that in place. And to you, it's going to kind of look like, hey, it's still sealed, when actually it's not. It's botulism waiting to enter your body. So, never store your canned goods with that ring on. Take it off the next day, check your seal, make sure it's good. That's a really important rule, and I am sorry that I forgot to mention it the other day, but it is a very important rule. And when I go downstairs to do anything, sometimes I just kind of will grab my jars and test it, because mine are stored without the rings, to make sure everything's still good. I just bought a big, huge shelf, which I'm super excited for. I think it holds like 8,000 pounds, so I should be good. I don't have 8,000 pounds, but goals! So, again, this is Bourbon Chicken from the Thrifty Chic Housewife on YouTube. I am so glad I picked her recipe to try and to do. I cannot wait to actually try this. It's going to be amazing, and I know it's going to be amazing. So, I may or may not have licked that pan clean earlier. I'm never going to tell. And I may or may not open one of these tonight. I hate odd numbers. I like everything to be nice and even. The volume on my TV, I don't want it on 13. I want it on 14. I'm goofy like that. And having 3 jars is just actually kind of bugging my ADHD right now. So I may have to open one tonight and try one of these. Also, one thing I want to definitely add before I dip on up out of here is this is going to be kind of watery. And bourbon chicken has a thicker sauce. We never can with thickeners, ever, unless you're making jelly, and then you use the pectin. Sorry, I had to put my doggy out. Yeah, so we don't can with thickeners, ever. It gets too frothy, too foamy. I think those are the words Pam used. Not safe at all. You cannot do it. What you can do, though, is when it's time to eat this, open up the jar, strain the liquid off, let the liquid go into a pan, make a little slurry, do a little bit of cornstarch and water, add it to that, it'll thicken right up, put the meat in it, you are good to go. So this is delicious. I know it's going to be delicious to eat. I tasted the sauce. I can't wait. I'm having one tonight. I can't have 3. We have to have 2. I'm making more this weekend. I'm not going to bring you in for that. You've seen this. I am going to go sit in front of my wood stove and decide what the next thing will be in my Canuary Chronicles. I want to thank you so much for joining me today for this. I really hope it inspired you to try it like I was inspired to try it when I saw her video and saw the Thrifty Chic Housewife making it, because, oh, this is going to be a staple, I think. I think this is going to forever be on my shelf. It got the husband's approval. I know the grandbabies would like it. My girls are not getting any of this one. Mama ain't sharing. But maybe I will the next time with the chicken breast. We'll see. So thank you so much for for joining me again today. Please make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss any of this, especially not the Canuary Chronicles. Like, that is like the Super Bowl or the Olympics of canning, as far as I'm concerned, where people just need to put their absolute best foot forward and just see how much can they put up, what can they put up, what's the variety. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I can't wait till we get together again. Yeah, I don't know what it'll be, but I'm excited to see what I pick. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Please hit that bell. Give me a like. Give me a comment. Is there anything I'm not doing in the videos you'd like me to do more of or less of? I would love for you to critique me. This is all new to me, and I definitely want to make sure I'm getting it right for everybody else to enjoy. So if you have any criticisms or praise, or is it too long, is it too short, just let me know, and I will work with it to get it right for you guys. Thank you so much again. I will see you next time, and don't forget, don't hate, appreciate. Let's lift each other up. I'll see you next time.